He has a 1-1 count. That one's struck high. Left side. That one's going. That's out of here off the ropes. You have to be kidding me. Fireworks. And here you go. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back into the broadcast here as we are officially kicking off Game 2 of the unintended twin bill here today from Tall Anderson Field in Omaha. As we continue to rock and roll here, Game 2, that comes after a Game 1 thriller that Des Moines Roosevelt pulled out late as they put up 5 unanswered runs from the 5th inning on. And they ended up taking Game 1 by a 7-4 mark. And they improved their overall record to 24-12. Meanwhile, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, they see their record drop to 18-18 overall. So 2-2 the count. Espeland up at the plate, watches that one go behind his back. A full count, 3-2, as on the mound here for the Lynx. And taking a look at what they've got going on here is Becker on the mound. As he officially picks up his first strikeout of the game. The strikeout comes on a big hitter there as he is set down to bring up the number 2 hole man in Kona, Lynn.
Number 11, Kanoa Lynn.
Kanoa's Lynn coming on up here, and again facing McCain Becker, the sophomore, 1-1 in this record overall, 30 innings pitched on the year. That marks 4th on the roster. He has put up 18 strikeouts, and he has had teams hit just .230 against him all season. Sitting there with an ERA of 4.15. And now we go and hit up a 2-0 count here. Yeah, again, just slight drizzle, and certainly enough to play on a turf field. As that now goes from 3-0 count, draws a 4-pitch walk. And now, just like Game 1, the Des Moines Roosevelt Rough Riders will have some action onto the base paths early, as Lynn will pick up the walk. And now Andrew Swanda stepping on up to the plate. He watches one in a little too far in, as that makes it a 1-0 count. Again, Lynn officially picking up his 6th walk of the season. Has to be far from comfortable out on the mound here, or out on the base paths. Again, Lynn with his 6th walk. He gets issued a free pass over there to second with the wild pitch. So now, just like in Game 1, off to the races here with a runner in scoring position to start things off. And we have a 3-0 count here to the number 3 hole man and Andrew Swanda. Still just 1 down. Des Moines Roosevelt has proven that they are a team that does not go away. They continually push the button and continually make teams uncomfortable. Again, that's how you get 23 wins in the grand scheme of things, as Swanda will swing through that high heater for strike 1. And now we have a runner taken off as Lynn will take the third. The throw down will not be in time. So Lynn will pick up the stolen base. He has been all around the base pass here in this one. And he picks up, and looking across from Game 1, he picks up yet another stolen base here in this one. That'll officially mark his 23rd of the season. So we have a 3-1 mark here on Andrew Swanda. Lynn has already made his way almost all the way home as Swanda swings through strike 2. That one will get poked into the outfield grass, and that will be the first run of the ball game. Deja vu here as we have a 1-0 advantage in the top half of the first here for Des Moines Roosevelt.
Batting fourth, first baseman, number 12, George Bell.
And now with George Bell stepping on up to the plate. He was our hitting approach player of the game across the Game 1 sphere. He went 3 for 4, drove in 2, had a triple himself. And now he looks at ball 1 with a runner on and 1 down, already 1 home. Gets an inside dialed strike there. So again, appreciate you coming along for the ride. Those of you who still left with us is, again, unfortunately, what was going to be a packed broadcast got dwindled thanks to the fact that Mother Nature just played some harsh tricks on us and made it look like we were going to have some 4 games to play, and ended up not making it easy for Sioux City East and Urbandale, as both of those teams were set to play. But again, Mother Nature had other plans as bad weather forced them home. A runner on first, now the throw on over. Keeping him safe there. Again, the defensive lineup here for the Lynx includes Price at third, Lincoln at short, Hargrave at second, Martin at first, Clark behind the dish, Becker on the mound. And then in the outfield, it'll be Sorensen, Fitcher, and Higgins from left to right. The lineup here for Des Moines Roosevelt includes, we saw Espelind Kona, Swanda, and now Bell in the cleanup spot. He'll be followed by Gosminski, and then Herman, Smithson, Patton, and Perlowski.
Batting fifth, left fielder.
So following the strikeout of Swanda here, that's the second K of the day here for Becker, as he puts 2 down, but a runner on and already 1 home as we continue on here with George Bell. And that one gets hit out there to third. The good pick, but couldn't complete the catch as Price. That puts 2 runners onto the base paths here. And another runner in scoring position here for the Roosevelt Rough Riders.
The catcher, number 1, Sonny Herman.
That brings up Sonny Herman to the plate. So Gosminski reaches on the air. Herman stepping on up. He had a couple hits across Game 1. And his first pitch has the bat go a little bit further than the ball on that one, as that slipped out of the glove and into the Des Moines Roosevelt dugout. Again, with all the rain and all the wet there, I mean, certainly you can't blame him necessarily on that. I don't think I've ever seen Herman toss a bat. So you know it's not intentional, certainly not at his own team, and certainly not at anybody for that matter. Nonetheless, he has to deal with that and regrip, as well as to get grips on an 0-1 count with 2 down. There's already been 1 hit and 1 error. That one gets blasted out, but that will be into the glove of Fitcher in center field, as he will make the running catch for the out. And that's how the top half of the first kicks us off here in Omaha. Game number 2 of the Twin Bill. And it happened on one hit, one error, one walk, and one runner left on base. It's a 1-0 advantage here for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. And before we go into more action and more break here, again, that game one, if in case you missed it, it was quite the barn burner there. Several lead changes, in fact, 3 overall, and it was Des Moines Roosevelt to come through down 3 to end up winning by 3. And in the end, it was the defense that did the game in and secured the win, the 24th of the season for Roosevelt, and it looked a lot like this. That one gets struck, and a good hop out there to second. They'll get the tag at second. The transfer over to first. What a play! What a way to win it! The leather, the flash, the defense. That was a fantastic way to wrap it up. And that's how this game goes in favor of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Again, it was that game-ending double play that secured it. And there was a lot of good defense in here. We'll get the highlights up for you later on. But, man, it was a good defensive battle and a good offensive battle. And one of the things that you want in a venue like this, you want a really good game. We got that across game one. Very fun. And, again, glad we got the chance to be here for this doubleheader. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, now we roll right along. And we go ahead and kick things off with the top of the lineup here for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. And that's Grayson Clark, the catcher. And right off the bat, Rivera on the mound will plunk him in the very first pitch he sees. And that will be a runner onto the base pass right away. And just like that, within the first 2 batters, both teams have had runners on first. And we will have a pitch runner here as Evan Lang will be doing the pitch running duties. And now that'll bring up Aiden Martin to the plate. Martin had a pretty good game one overall in the grand scheme of things. He had a couple times reaching base. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th, and he struck a single back in the 3rd here in game one. He takes a look at ball 1 high to start game 2, first at bat. Next pitch is struck out there to short. The flip on over to second. The exchange to first, and they got him. Wow. The 3rd double play we have witnessed across these 2 games, and it has been defense. Wow, what an action there. That looked easy, folks. I guarantee you it was not. So the runner on the base path is thwarted, and now Zach Lincoln will have to step up with a bases empty situation. That one gets too far away, now making it a 2-0 count. And we're starting to see what I think is sun poking through the clouds here. Still some light rain going on, but still a lot of playable action here. That one struck on and over the 3rd. The throw across the diamond, and that's how you get the speedy Lincoln, and that's how you wrap up inning number 1. So 1, 2, 3, go the Lynx. Des Moines Roosevelt. The leather is flashed all about this place, and we're having a good time with defense and offense. And speaking about that offense, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 when we come back here for the Rough Riders right after this. Hey, everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites. the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulights goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulights.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulights.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you. Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we adjust the camera back and get you set for inning number 2. As we get ready with Smithson on at the plate, his first time up here in this one. And he takes a look at ball 1, going on the next pitch. Now a 2-0 count. Across game 1, Smithson struck 2 hits and officially a 2-for-3 day for him. He would love to capture that again, if not more, as his team once again is already off to the races with a 1-0 lead. And off to the races is kind of an understatement here. It's been a lot of great defense that is involved with this, and ultimately, man, this is as good of a start as you can ask. That one fouled back, keeps it at 2-2. And the Rough Riders put 2 runners in scoring position in that first inning. And they're looking to do so here. That was pretty much a big mark for them in game 1 as they ultimately went 4 for 7. They've been pretty efficient here in terms of scoring with runners at second or third. And it's been that way throughout the season, right? They've had some ups and downs for sure. But this has been a team that has been well on its way to doing a lot of great things as that draws a walk for Smithson, and he gets his first trip to the base paths.
Batting 8, the shortstop, number 6, Jakari Patton.
And now Jakari Patton stepping on up here. His first trip as Coach Britsky will step out onto the mound for a quick conversation. Coach Britsky, during the rain delay, he did mention that not only the reliever for game 1, but also the game 2 starter will have to throw strikes. And not just that, he's going to have to be competitive in his strike throwing abilities. And it looks like the day is done on the mound for Becker as he will exit after just 1 and not even 1 1/3, just after 1 inning and 1 batter's worth of work. And we will have a new pitcher on the mound to tell you all about here in just a bit. As always, don't forget that we have our High and Tight program. Kate and I go through every Monday after our rankings reveal, and we dive into a lot of the great stuff that we saw. Some interesting outings, some good videos, highlight reels, and of course, what's coming on up. What did we like from Teams of the Week, and what could we expect coming on up in the week ahead? So pitching on the mound here for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln will be Connor Price, the junior. He steps in after 10 2/3 innings coming into this outing. He has struck out 9 batters, has given up just 4 earned runs, and just 8 hits overall through that 10 2/3 innings. He has a 3-0 mark overall, and he does have a save under his belt. He comes in the second inning already with a runner onto the base paths for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Who again, mentioned earlier, they are just one of the stronger teams in 4A. They are top 5 in 5 statistical categories, including triples where they're number 1, walks where they are 8th, total bases with their 470 they are ranked 3rd, and they have, in terms of fewest strikeouts, they have 257, which ranks 5th, or excuse me, on pitch strikeouts, 5th at 257, and then they are 12th best in fewest earned runs at 112. So there's a lot of holisticness about it as we get one shot right in to the outfield grass as the first pitch that Patton sees will be deposited into right field for a single.
Batting ninth, second baseman, number 4, Mays Perlowski.
Now Mays Perlowski stepping on up to the plate after he watched the first pitch here of the 8-hole man get a hit. And now he's stepping on up for his first action here in Game 2. And that one dialed on the outer corner finds its way in for an 0-1 count. Perlowski across Game 1 went 2 for 3. 2 singles, an RBI, stolen base, and also a fielder's choice under his belt. So he was truly acting as that kind of that second leadoff guy, in which you could say prototypical with this guy right here. Perlowski looking at an 0-2 count, trying to get ahead here. And that one gets into the outfield grass, and now we'll have runners on the corners here for the Rough Riders. A chance for yet another inning with at least 1 run. The pickoff attempt by Price, he put a dart in there, and if it was connected, might have been an out there, but instead it drives on out into the outfield, and now the Rough Riders, with nobody out, a big opportunity here. The 0-2, too far, low and off the dirt here, 1-2. So runners on the corners, nobody out. And now the runner taken off. That one is drawn right down the line, and that will be fair. That will get all the way out there into foul territory. But meanwhile, we'll get the runner coming on to second as Perlowski will start things off with a bang, and he will plate run number 2 of the game for the Rough Riders.
Right fielder, number 2, Jake Espelin.
And now we head back to the top of the lineup, and Jake Espelin back on up. Struck out his first time. First pitch he sees sails a bit high as that goes in for a 1-0 count. Not just across today, but make sure to catch out all our great action across the week as we've got some lists to give you and some other big news coming on up as that one is well out of the park here, but in the opposite direction evens it up at 1-1. So now with a runner on third, and a 3-0 advantage here for Des Moines Roosevelt. Espelin looking at a pretty good opportunity to drive yet another run home as now the count has been drawn 3-0. Price with the windup and the fire. That one gets hit far. That one's going far. Back. That'll go off the wall. That'll plate 1 as Espelin will stroll in with an RBI single. And he gets the doubles dance going. And now it's a 4-0 advantage early here for the Rough Riders.
Center fielder, number 11, Noah Lynn.
And now Kanoa Lynn stepping on up. He later came around to score after walking in that trip. And with nobody out, that one gets tallied out there into right field, but nicely done. And nonetheless, it will look to advance the runner as Espelin does reach third on the slide. So even the outs have been productive so far here for the Rough Riders.
Designated hitter, number 5, Andrew Swanda.
And now Andrew Swanda stepping on up to the plate. Swanda last time up poked a single across, so he's 1 for 1 to start this game 2. And he will rope one into the outfield grass. And that plates yet another as that gets away from the right fielder as Higgins misplayed that. And it is now a standing double here and a 5-0 lead early on as Des Moines Roosevelt has cruised here in inning number 2.
First baseman.
And all this without mentioning it's just one down here. Abraham Lincoln's very much with the capability of getting back into this one easy, but certainly they don't want to make it hard on themselves. And right now they're finding quite the big gap, 5-0 deficit. All 5 hits in this game so far have come from Des Moines Roosevelt. So with just one down, we continue on with George Bell. Bell struck out his first time up, but was our hitting approach player of the game across game 1. That pitch sailing outside here evens it up 1-1. Again, we have team rankings out now on Rockfin. If you haven't checked them out, please go do so. Also, check out our YouTube page right here and catch up the explanations as Cade and I dive into exactly what our rankers were thinking and a whole lot more. It really is that holistic approach to why you're seeing teams rise and fall, and ultimately the nuts and bolts behind how things shift in the top 15. So with Bell flying out to center, that will mean it is up to Bo Gostomski to get things rolling here. Reached on an error his last time up. Again, Des Moines Roosevelt came in with 23 wins, now 24 after the 7-4 victory in Game 1 of the doubleheader. And for Des Moines Roosevelt, we'll go ahead and get that after this pitch. So 2 strikes, 2 down. Can't quite paint the corner there. Ball 1. The Rough Riders, after today, will take on Norwalk tomorrow, and then it will be a doubleheader to wrap up the regular season at home against Dowling Catholic on the 8th. And then their postseason will take them to Valley High School as they will take on Fort Dodge at 7 o'clock on July 12th. And right now, that one gets shot but foul left side. Gostomski represents the 8th batter of the inning. It started with a walk and then three consecutive hits helped to usher in not one or two, but 4 runs overall, as it also concluded with yet another single after that. And we continue to roll along, still in the top half of the second. The pitch, and you know the old saying, the old song, staying alive. That's exactly what the Des Moines Roosevelt number 5 hole man is doing right now. Herman is on deck, should he be able to reach. And that one got away from them there. The runner on second will easily trot on over to third. And boy, we have now had 3 instances with Rough Riders on third base. And it has been just a rough inning overall for the Lynx defensively. A fantastic inning for the Rough Riders offensively. That one gets struck up high, and that will be playable out there in right field. Coming on will be Higgins, as he will capture out number 3. That all before 3 hits helped to poke across 4 runs, and now it's a 5-0 advantage here for the Rough Riders as we head into the next half inning. And when we do, we will come on back with the bottom half of the second with Hargrave, Higgins, and more coming on up.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the second baseman for the Lynx getting kicked off here in the bottom of the second. And a lot of work to do here for the Lynx as Hargrave kicks things off with ball 1 on the outside. Opposing them on the mound here, the guy that kind of wrapped things up in game 1 is Rivera. Will get a quick little chopper out there, but deemed foul. Again, a refresher on Rivera coming in. He has a 1-0 record under 15 and a third innings pitched. Teams hitting 207 against him as he has pushed across 17 strikeouts, and he has ushered just 6 earned runs across 12 hits. So we have the 1-2 count now, as we have just begun bottom of inning number 2. The sun is finally out. After all that rain, we finally got some clear skies, or somewhat clear skies, here from Tall Anderson Field in Omaha. Rivera with the pitch. That one will go right off the ankle. That hurt from all the way up here, as Hargrave was sent down onto the ground quickly and just having to walk off the pain here. So here we go, the 2-2 count. Hargrave, the first batter for the Lynx, and he will be set down on strikes. That's the first strikeout of the game here for Rivera on the mound, as that will bring up now the right fielder in Blake Higgins.
Blake Higgins.
That one is a poke out there into right field and a throw to try and nab him before he gets there. Hey, good heads up play, but Spelland out there in right tried to get him there, and in the end, you got to run your butt off even on a hit like that. You've got to make it there, and Spelland certainly shows why there. Nonetheless, there is the first hit credited here for the Lynx, as Higgins will stand on first. Next pitch will be hit high, and that will not clear the infield. Rivera will take it himself, as he will claim out number 2. As Price is set down on the pop out.
Number 11, Andy Victor.
And now Andy Victor coming on up to the plate. A Lynx center fielder. That one too far in the dirt to really do much with there. 1-0 count. It's been five runs across 2 innings here for Des Moines Roosevelt. They have poked across 5 hits. Meanwhile, for the Lynx, their first hit of the ball game came from Blake Higgins in the last at bat. 6 total hits, 3 combined errors. The 1-0 count, and that one is laced out there, but nice catch out there by Patton, as Jakari Patton will officially end the inning single-handedly, and no runs coming across the board here for the Lynx. Despite a runner onto the base pass, just 4 batters come on up, 3 outs, no runs, nothing going for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. And with that, we will now travel to the 3rd inning. When we come back, Roosevelt trying to add on to what's been an impressive start to this game so far. And we'll be back right after this. Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great, you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you. Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get you rolling now. It is inning number 3. And with that, it'll be Sonny Herman getting things rolling off here as he gets his chance. The second at bat. So far, 0 for 1. Right now, his team with the commanding 5-0 advantage, and he looks at strike one on the outer edge. Man, this has been a fun game so far, despite the lopsidedness of it, but a lot of good defensive plays. And it has been Des Moines Roosevelt to come out on top on the majority of those. Again, we showed you the game-ending double play from game one, but they've already had a double play here in game two, and they've had a line out. I mean, defensively, they've been just as strong as anybody in the class. That now goes too far outside, brings the count 1-2. This would be about where game three would be rolling right along here. Unfortunately, again, weather took out Sioux City East and Urbandale from coming and making this a true quad. Instead, it has just been a doubleheader between Roosevelt and Abraham Lincoln. Certainly something that nobody's complaining about, but, certainly would love to share the love as well. That one too far on the outer edge. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And as always, please like, subscribe what we're doing here if you get the chance. And if you want to like and subscribe to Herman's at bat, well, he did a great job there as he drew the leadoff walk. And we'll get a pitch runner here in Henry Claypool.
Courtesy running at first base, number 8, Henry Claypool. And now
that'll bring up Evan Smithson to the plate. He walked and later came around to score one of the 4 runs back in the second inning. The pitch, that one takes Price out there into the outfield as the corners were pretty much all the way in on the grass portion of the infield. And by that time, when that one got struck just like that, there was no chance out there at third. And all that they could do for Aiden Martin was just watch that go by for a single. Again, Aiden Martin has moved from first to third. Again, as Price is now on the mound here for the Lynx. So once again, kind of a broken record as both are taken off onto the base pass here. The only play is to first, and they got him. Nice job, Lincoln. On the run there, that's a star play. Got to have to note that for the highlight reel as well. Even though that happened, we now have runners on second and third. And that already makes 7 runners in scoring position alone in this game for the Rough Rider offense. And that means ball 1 here to the number 9 hole man in Perlowski. As he shoots that one right side, but that'll be foul. Six total hits here for the Rough Riders. That has outdone the 1 hit for the Lynx. Perlowski last time up, he struck a 2-run double, and he shoots that one into the outfield grass, and he will look to plate 2 once again. And they're just packing it on now. Make that now a 7-0 ball game for Roosevelt.
now batting number 2.
So Perlowski now with 3 runs driven in, 2 for 2, and that brings up the top of the lineup here, and Jake Espelin to the plate. Had an RBI double in his last at bat. He's officially 1 for 2 on the day. The infield a little bit back now, as you can see, second and third near the outfield grass. Obviously, at first holding them on there. Roosevelt has been big here in Game 2. They had to come back to win it in Game 1, and they have not stopped the scoring spree here. That one, though, may not get anyone going anywhere, as that one will come down into the glove of Fichter out there in center.
Now batting, number 11, Noah Lynn.
Now, Kanoa Lynn stepping back up to the plate. His third trip in 3 innings. He has walked and flown out. Runner taken off. There will be a throw. The throw is not in time. Just sliding in ahead of it. Perlowski now standing on second with a very good game working here. Again, as he has gone 2 for 2 and stands on second base now. Kanoa Lynn walked and flew out in 2 trips. The 2-1 count, there are 2 down, but there has already been 2 runs scored here. That one on a chopper out there to second. The pick, and it eats him up and gets to the outfield. There will be a play at the plate, and that gets away from Clark. So Hargrave and Clark have a couple of missed plays out there, and that ends up leading to yet another run. As this one's getting really out of hand here, 8-0 here in the third.
Now batting, number 5, Andrew Swanda.
So Kona reaches via the air, and now Andrew Swanda stepping on up. He is also 2 for 2, and there gets away from him. As now, look at this, Lynn on his horse. He's headed to third. And the pickoff attempt, the second one that Price has sent airmailed. And that got away from them, and now we're sitting here. Runner on third for the Rough Riders. And Swanda up at the plate. He's been 2 for 2 so far today. He singled back in the first and second. Couldn't make it 3 straight innings with a hit. And here's the 0-1 count, and that one will be laced out there into right, and that will find its way on a 2-hopper to plate Lynn from third. And now just 1 away from that double-digit 10 mark, as it's now a 9-0 advantage.
Now batting, number 12, George Bell.
The good thing is here for the Lynx is that there are 2 out. So there is room there, trying to get something working here. But now the eighth batter of the inning, I should say, in George Bell stepping on up and takes a look at ball 1. That one sails off. It was 1 in the first, 4 in the second, and now currently 4 in the fourth, which has given the Roosevelt Rough Riders their 9-0 advantage. They have done all of that on 8 hits. Meanwhile, the Lynx have suffered error after error, as that one is laced on a hot rocket out there to the left. And more station-to-station baseball as Bell will pick up his first hit of the game. And that'll bring up the ninth man of the inning here in Bo Gostomski. Gostomski, one of the only individuals in this lineup not to strike a hit. Would certainly like to add to that parade here, as it is most likely going to be a new pitcher that they see here from the Lynx. And Price will indeed exit, as he has given up a handful of hits. Not the best outing for him, certainly not what we're used to seeing out of him, but certainly every batter, every pitcher has those days for sure. As we will look to have a new hurler onto the mound. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after this right here on the IA Baseball Network. Hey everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, there's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields, what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All three of them are journeymen who know what to look for. So make sure you check them out today at victorymounds.com. And hey, oh, by the way, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. That's right, they'll come out, check it out, and see how playable it is and beyond. They'll help you get your field to the next level. That's right, they've got everything and every question answered. That's right, from pitching mounts to pitching rubbers, home plate, and beyond. They've got it all. And all you have to do is check out victorymounds.com. Every question is answered right on their Q&A section, so make sure to check that out today. And hey, make sure to have it a great day with Victory Mounds. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be Bo Gostomski to get rocking and rolling here as we continue. He'll represent the ninth batter of the inning with already two on. We're already going to have a quick meeting on the mound here. Again, Martin has moved on over to third. Hargrave has moved from second on over to pitcher. Higgins has made his way to first, and it will be for the Lynx. It'll be the senior Cody Smith to do the duties at second, and as I say that one gets hit high and out there, but nice catch here by Sorensen on the run as he will pick out number 3 on the first pitch. So with that, we finally stopped the bleeding here for the Lynx, but that bleeding included 4 runs for the second straight inning as they nearly batted around the lineup. And it is a big commanding 9-0 advantage here for the Rough Riders, but a chance for the Lynx to try and answer here as we head to the bottom of inning number 3. And it will be Sorensen, Gerrans, and Clark when we return. Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insolites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insolites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light. helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insolites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insolites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you. And welcome on back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting the bottom of inning number 3 rolling on, and it includes a 9-0 lead for Des Moines Roosevelt. And the Lynx go ahead and they will start with Kyle Sorensen, his first at bat here, which comes in inning number 3, and he takes a look at strike 1 to begin his initial bat here. Rivera sends that one, and Sorensen will send that one right back into the outfield, but caught out there by Lynn on the trot as he will record out number 1.
Designated hitter, number 16, Mason Guerin.
And now Mason Guerin stepping on up to the plate for the Lynx, trying to get something rolling here in this one. Guerin's comes in with 16 hits. He does have a double and 2 triples under his belt. 21 total bases under his watch. You will watch that one sail too far into the zone and make that a 1-0 count. That one will get away quite a bit from Rivera. Easy to lay off the 2-0 count here. Nice play out there at second, and unfortunately the connection could not be capitalized as that will go off of the glove of Bell, and that will allow a runner onto the base pass via the error. And it's something going anyway as Guerin's reached base for the first time here in this one. That'll bring up the top of the lineup here in Grayson Clark, who reached via hit by pitch back in the first. Catching the outer edge nicely there, and now it moves 0-1 for the count. And now here's the pitch. That one will get fouled back off the hands there, as that now makes it an 0-2 count. It's really been a tale of mostly 2 games, right? It was a competitive game in game 1, a really back and forth battle with 3 lead changes. But in game 2, it has been all, as that one goes right off the ankle. And you got to love that. Good job by Clark to not only get hit, but, stand in there, but get the run in after. He will understandably be pitch run for here, as it'll be Evan Lang to get onto the base paths here, as we have runners on first and second now for the Lynx. So Aiden Martin stepping on up. He drew a double play his last time up. Would certainly like to avoid that one here. First pitch he sees as a breakover slider that catches the outer edge. And that one gets rocketed in and nicely done on the pickup deep in the hole, but Patton can't really do anything with it from there, and it has been station to station baseball now. Bases are juiced full of Lynx, one down here as we go in the bottom half of inning number 3. So now Zach Lincoln stepping on up here, looking to really kind of get through and improve upon his game 1 box score, which went 1 for 4. And he takes a look at that strike down the zone. Make sure, actually, I take that back. Zach Lincoln 3 for 4 with a trio of singles across game 1. That one on a large hopper out there to Patton. He'll have to pick no fire there as a run does score. And onto the scoreboard goes the Lynx here. Now it's a 9-1 ball game. And you know what? How do you manage to get a couple infield singles and get across the run? Well, that's what happens there. In the end, it was lucky ball, small ball, however you want to call it, as Lincoln will pick up the RBI single, and Hargrave stepping on up. But he will see that pass ball help issue across run number 2. And we will have Coach Wee coming on out and looking to potentially, well, ultimately not sure what will go on here, because in the end, you still have a big lead here, 9-2 advantage. You have 7-run difference, and you could potentially leave him in, which they might end up doing here for a bit. And by all accounts, it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to remain Rivera in on the mound. They're going to keep him there for now, kind of on a short leash, I would assume. But right now, he's given up 2 consecutive singles, has a hit by pitch, and on top of that, the Lynx also reached via error, and there's just 1 down here. And a 1-0 count here to the number 4 hole man in Jordan Hargrave. The next pitch, that one finds the zone just fine, 2-1. Hargrave had a pretty solid outing in game 1. He ultimately reached base twice and was 1 for 3 on the day. That one, a chopper left side, but on the wrong side of the chalk line, foul. Rivera looking to deal. Here's the 2-2. That one on a chopper out there to Patton. He'll pick and fire, and he gets him. Now the throw over to third. The tag applied, and it is in time. The double play, and just when the Lynx were really starting to gain momentum, they end up getting the double play out and ending the inning. However, with that being said, there is still 3 runs being plated here for the Lynx as they get back into this one. Now a 9-3 ball game heading into inning number 4. And when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, it will be for Roosevelt. Another great lineup coming on up. And hey, they lead this one 9-3. We'll give you the lineup when we come back.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit rdafn.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, thanks for coming back here and joining us as we continue on game two of what was going to be the quad here from Tall Anderson Field in Omaha, home of the Mavericks, University of Omaha Maverick baseball team. Again, fantastic venue as we now have Sony Herman stepping on up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a walk, and it did so back in the third inning. Shoots that one left side. A good pickup and fire across the diamond will get him by a snab.
Now batting, number 15, Evan Smithson.
And now Evan Smithson stepping on up after the ground out. So far, he is 1 for 1. Did walk back in the second as well, and later came around to score. So the 2-0 count. They're trying to add on. It's been 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the third, as that one will get hit high. That'll be taking him close to the warning track as they'll be caught out there by Higgins. And that will go for a quick out number 2.
Number 6, Jakari Patton.
And now 2 down, Jakari Patton stepping on up. He has reached base twice in 2 trips, 2 singles, and later came around to score back in the second. First pitch he sees sails too high, ball 1. Catching the outside corner just enough, evens it up 1-1. Again, make sure to catch out our social media feeds for where Cade and I may be going next across the week. We got a lot coming up in store, a lot that we're working on. So a lot in store for you as well as we get into postseason play for 1A and 2A coming up. And as always, our high and tight program with our rankings reveal every Monday. We do our rankings reveal, and then we give you our regular high and tight programming where Cade, Nissen, and myself dive into our teams of the week, things that we really liked from what we saw, and a whole lot more, including some trivia and beyond. So it really is a fun time, and hopefully you get the chance to join us every Monday right around noon is when that takes place. And as always, catch our YouTube page for our rankings reveal, which will come usually Monday mornings. That one gets lifted out there to right, and coming on will be Higgins for the catch, as that will officially record out number 3. And for the first time in the ball game, the Rough Riders not pushing across a run. So we remain with the 9-3 advantage as we head into the bottom of inning number 4, and we'll get that all set for you when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network. Hey everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, There's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields, what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All three of them are journeymen who know what to look for. So make sure you check them out today at victorymounds.com. And hey, oh, by the way, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. That's right. They'll come out, check it out, and see how playable it is and beyond. They'll help you get your field to the next level. That's right. They've got everything and every question answered. That's right. From pitching mounts to pitching rubbers, home plate, and beyond. They've got it all. And all you have to do is check out victorymounds.com. Every question is answered right on their Q&A section, so make sure to check that out today. And hey, make sure to have it a great day with Victory Mounds. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get things rocking and rolling with Blake Higgins to start things off in the bottom half of inning number 4. Hey, thanks again for joining us as we are set to continue on midway through game number 2 of the Twin Bill here from Tall Anderson Field in Omaha. Man, what a great venue. It's, again, always a pleasure to be here. I want a big shout out to Coach Blitzky and the rest of, the rest of the coaching staff for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, as they have been gracious enough to invite us here, to get us out here. And, of course, a big thank you to the University of Omaha. Thank you for allowing us to come into the facility, broadcast these 2 games. We should have been 4, but ended up 2. But still, we've had such a great time and great hospitality here at the University of Omaha. That's what you're going to get day in and day out from this program, from this university. And if you are lucky enough to play on this field as your home field, man, kudos to you. You're doing something right for sure. And there was a wonder about did he swing or did he not swing in the end. It goes in for no swing, and we still sit here at a 2-2 count to the Lynx number 5 hole hitter. That one too far off the outer black, brings it full at 3-2. Again, phenomenal venue. If you get to play here, count yourself lucky. You've done something right in your baseball career, as that one goes for ball 4 and a free pass here.
Now batting number 10.
By our account, that was the first walk issued by Roosevelt pitching so far in this one. Been a couple who have been hit by pitch, but that was the first walk, which comes again in the bottom of the 4th. Connor Price stepping on up. So far, he has popped out 0 for 1 on his stat line. A 9-3 advantage for the Rough Riders. That one gets poked out there, right side, but that'll be on the run. Caught. Nicely done by Esplund, as he will record out number 1. Again, it's really deceptive in my mind, because that is a whole lot of room to trek, and it only seems like a couple inches here on the monitor, but man, it is a long distance to travel, and Esplund officially picks up the out number 1, and a big out at that. So Andy Fickler stepping on up. He lined out back in the 2nd. They're looking to take advantage here, the Lynx are, of the fact that Roosevelt did not score in the top half. And they're trying to cut down into that deficit 9-3. Now the look and the fire. That one swung on and could not connect on that. And on the mound, Henry Claypool doing the duties pitching-wise for the Rough Riders. The senior has come into today's game with 23 2/3 innings under his belt. He has 20 strikeouts to his credit as he touches a strike in there. He has allowed just 11 earned runs, teams hitting just 289 off of him across 2024. Fickler at the plate, and he scoots one on the ground there up to second. The pick and fire to first, and that's another double play. They have 3 so far across across both games right now. That's their second of the ball game, and it has just been defense, 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 which has taken the highlight reel here in this one. So the double play will eliminate any threat for Abraham Lincoln as the Lynx will be set down. And now moving on to a brand new inning, the 5th. And it'll come back with Perlowski, Esperland, and Kona when we return. Hey everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, there's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields, what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All 3 of them are journeymen who know what to look for. So make sure you check them out today at victorymounds.com. And hey, oh, by the way, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. That's right, they'll come out, check it out, and see how playable it is and beyond. They'll help you get your field to the next level. That's right, they've got everything and every question answered. That's right, from pitching mounts to pitching rubbers, home plate, and beyond. They've got it all. And all you And welcome back. Hey, thanks again for tuning in as Perlowski for the Rough Riders gets going here. The number 9 hole man already busy in this one. He is already 2 for 2 with 3 runs driven in. Now, I did say that right, 3 runs driven in. Not a typo there. He has already been that effective here in the early goings. And now as we're just over halfway, he looks at a 1-1 count in at-bat number 3 and nearly went on to the base pass with a unsuspecting back tattoo. The next pitch, that one gets hit high, but that'll be out of play into the concourse. The next pitch, that one gets trotted, and it will be into the fence line, and that'll be into the visiting bullpen. As now we mark it 2-2 the count. So now with the 2-2, again, Perlowski has been very busy. And again, as we mentioned, his game 1 status, he was 2 for 3 across game 1 as well. A couple singles, he drove in a run there too, and a nice snag out there in first. What a job Talk about Higgins with a good flash of the leather there. This has been defense, defense, and more defense here today. Let's not let the 9-3 lead overshadow you here. That was some good playing out there at first, and that goes for 1 out. Now the top of the lineup, and Espelin back on up. So far, he has struck out, doubled, and flown out. He has 1 run driven in. He shoots that one deep into right field. That one's going back and back, and that one is off the wall. That'll be at least a double, but he's going to try and stretch it into 3. The slide, and he is standing up there doing the dance as Espelin has picked up his 2nd extra base hit of the game, and now he stands with 1 out. A quick trip from coming on home to score run number 10. That was a strong hit. He looked at that coming all the way, and he poked that near the wall and bouncing off the wall. Kind of gave him that little extra time there that he needed to leg it out into a triple. Kona Lynn stepping on up. He has reached base twice via error and via the walk, but doesn't have an official hit here. He has plenty of wiggle room here with just 1 down, and now a 1-1 count. That one gets fouled back. And now with the 1-2 delivery, that one gets hit up high. That will be playable out there in right. And coming on with the catch in right field, but that will score the run as the sacrifice is official. And the Rough Riders have plated 10 runs here in this ball game.
Now batting number 5, Andrew Swanda.
So now Andrew Swanda gets the chance to come back up after 3 consecutive hits. All 3 of them singles, but he is 3 for 3 with a run driven in. So with that RBI, Kona Lynn now punches his mark to 20 runs driven in on the season. Now as Swanda stepping on up, looking to continue what has been really good outing so far. He shoots that one foul, though, 0-1. Mark that 0-2. And the swing through on that one gets the strikeout. They have to complete the play, and they do. So with that, the Rough Riders do pick across 1 run, and they do so on a hit and a sacrifice RBI. And that is how we wrap up the top of inning number 5. We will now head to the bottom half, and it will be Sorensen, Gerrans, and Clark for the Lynx when we come back. But first and foremost, make sure to check out the great folks at Hitting Approach at hittingapproach.com. Urge you to check them out and all that they have to offer, because if you're a coach or you're anybody out there who wants to help the team take their scouting to the next level, or even just in general their game to the next level, you've got to check out Hitting Approach. They're the cost-effective app that you can utilize on almost any type of device out there. And on top of that, you can go ahead and not go late into the night putting data into the spreadsheet there. It's charts, graphs, and a whole lot for you, plus questionnaires for the players and everything. It's made by coaches for coaches. You got to check them out today. It's going to change a lot about your game. Just head on over to hittingapproach.com. All right, we'll be back after this.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A nice sharp single from Kyle Sorensen to pick up his first hit of the ball game. And he reaches to the base pass, marking the 4th hit of the game overall for the Lynx. And looking to continue that one now is Mason Gerrans, the DH.
Now batting number 16, Mason Gerrans.
Gerrans reached on an error his first time up. Would certainly like to pick across a hit here in that bat number 2. And the pitch. Swings through that one, just couldn't connect quite right. Now go 0-1 the count. (10-3) ball game, 14 combined hits, 6 combined errors. That one sailing outside. The journey to this point, brought to you by Insulate, started with the Rough Riders matching what they did in Game 1 with a one-run top of the first. And then from there, they put up 4 in each of the second and third innings before plating 1 more in the top half of the 5th to give us a 10-run mark for the Rough Riders. Meanwhile, it was all 3 of the Lynx runs which came in the 3rd. And that's a chopper out there. The 3rd, the quick fire, needs it, and he got him. A nice play from 3rd as a good pick and fire from Lundy will pick out the out. But then again, a runner does land in scoring position here with just 1 down here.
Number 7, Grayson Clark.
So with the out, that brings up the top of the lineup in Grayson Clark. And Clark so far has been up twice and hit twice. He's looking for a less painful at-bat experience here. He sure would like to get something rolling here, down 7 late in this game. Next pitch, that one is sent right up the middle, picked up by Patton and fired to first. A good play at that as he had to range behind the base just to grab that one, but made the out look easy. And in the trade-off there, they go 2 down, but a runner in 3rd.
Now batting number 8, Eden Martin.
And now Aiden Martin stepping on up. So far, he's 1 for 2. Poked across a single back in the 3rd. That one gets away from Herman, and that will plate another run. And making their way back here go the Lynx, as now it is a 10-4 ball game. And here's the 1-0 count. That one rises now 2-0. Make sure to catch along, Kate and I, as we go ahead and dive deeper into bracket play here for 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A. We give you our thoughts on who we might see make some big moves, big splashes, and more. And you can catch that all later this week on our High and Tight Program Extended Edition. And as always, please give us your thoughts and give us your comments, your likes, dislikes, whatever you have to give. Please, we would love to hear what you have to say. As again, this is for you. This is all about highlighting the players, coaches, and even umpires here in the state of Iowa. And we want to make sure we're doing a great job. So let us know what you think. Give us a comment, drop it below, and have some fun with us. Of course, you can also comment here on the game. What's your thought? What are your thoughts here as the Lynx try and claw their way back here? The 3-1 will now bump up to 4-1, and that will be a walk to put a runner onto the base paths here.
Now batting number 2, Zach Lincoln.
And now Zach Lincoln stepping on up. He's had an RBI single in today's game, in game number 2. Officially 1 for 2, but that's after a 3-hit game across game 1. And Coach, we talked to Coach again during the rain delay. There was a lot of talk about other guys stepping on up and really making their impact here. And Lincoln has done just that here across these 2 games. He pokes one into no man's land, and the Bermuda Triangle will capture the ball and effectively give yet the 5th hit of the ball game for the Lynx.
Now batting number 1, Jordan Hargrave.
So 2 consecutive batters onto the base paths, and Jordan Hargrave stepping up. He's had a ground out and a strikeout in 2 trips. A healthy swing, but comes up short on that one, 0-1. 10 hits for the Rough Riders, 5 hits for the Lynx. The Lynx also have 5 errors on the game compared to 1 for the Rough Riders. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that one will catch the outer zone, let her high, and that will be the strikeout they need to wrap up the inning. So with that, some action onto the base pass here, but nothing happening overall. There was 1 run that scored on the wild pitch, and in the end, we have a 10-4 ball game as we head on to a brand new inning, the 6th, coming on up. And when we get there, it will be Bell, Gostowski, and Herman to get things started. And we'll keep it right here as we get rocking and rolling. And as always, thanks for joining. Certainly, it's always fun to be able to do these kind of games, and it's really fun when we get the chance to have it in these kind of conditions, right? And I won't say weather conditions, but on a field like Tall Anderson Field, I mean, you just don't get that very often on the high school ranks side of things, and it's just a big shout out to the University of Omaha for letting this take place, for letting us be here. And, of course, Coach Britsky as well for asking us to come and broadcast these games, which is always fun. I mean, really, you don't have to ask us twice. We will be here in an instant. And, again, from the very moment he asked back in last year's Senior All-Star Series, it was already circled on the calendar. And the only bad thing is it took quite a while to get here. So, in the end, we are here. Not what we anticipated, but still a good 2 games here from Tall Anderson Field. And now as we get rocking, it'll be George Bell, who was our hitting approach player of the game in game 1, as he had a handful of hits and 3 runs driven in. In game 2, he has struck out, flown out, and singled in 3 trips. And that one on a hot rocket out there to short, the pick and fire by Lincoln. And that does not come through on the exchange, as that ball will get to the stop there, and that will allow him to get over there to second. Another error credited here for the Lynx. as they have let several runs and several big plays come about because of their errors.
Now batting number 3.
So after reaching second on the error, Bo Gostomski's stepping on up. He is officially 0 for 2, reached on an error back in the first, but is grounded out twice. So runner on second already as Bell stands there. And that'll be a strike in there. And again, we'll have a new batter up. Amari Harvey Parks, the junior, coming on in with 21 hits entering today, 32 total bases, 20 runs driven in. And that one on a chopper out there, the third, the pick the fire across and got him. Nice job from Aiden Martin deep in the third base hole. That was a good play to get the out. It does exchange a runner on to third, however. But they do take the out and out number 1.
Pitching for the Rough Riders, number 16, Clarkston Clausen.
And of course, we can't go without mentioning the new pitcher here coming on up for the Lynx, as they have now gone through several, and it is number 16. Or excuse me, it is not. It is still Jordan Hargrave coming on up, a new hitter, I should say. Number 16 for the Rough Riders is Karsten Klassen, and he will shoot that out there, but that'll be a nice deep play that will allow a run to score. So the first trip, he gets to the base pass. He shoots one into left field, and Sorensen will catch it, but that will be a sacrifice fly for run number 11 on the game for the Rough Riders.
Now batting number 17, Ben Lundy.
So now Ben Lundy will be stepping on up in place of Smithson. And he looks at a 1-1 count. And the pitch to the delivery, that one a little bit too low, brings it 2 balls, 1 strike. The bases are empty. Already 1 run has come home to aid in that lead, 11-4 here for the Rough Riders. The 3-1 delivery, that one, nice job behind the backstop there. Clark helped aid that one in strike 2. And now 1 strike away from getting the out here, although that one gets hit high into center field. Ficker will watch it come into the glove for out number 3. And with that, hey, 1 more crosses the board here for the Rough Riders. They increase their lead here 11-4. There have been 15 hits total. 10 of them have come from the Rough Riders, 5 from the Lynx. And speaking of the Lynx, they'll get their chance to come back in this one. And they'll do so with the lineup of Higgins, Price, and Fittker when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network. Hey everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, there's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields, what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All three of them are journeymen who know what to look for. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Blake Higgins to get things kicked off here as he gets his second consecutive start of the inning. He started the fourth inning, and he takes a look and drills that one out there to right field, and that will go over the right fielder's head as Esplin will not be able to catch that in time, as that will be a stand-up double here on the first pitch that Higgins watched, and sails that in for a double.
Now batting number 10, Jackson Dilts.
That will officially be the first extra base hit of the game here for the Lynx, as they now keep rolling here, trying to continue on what they've been doing here, and a new batter coming on up here for the Lynx. Jackson Dilts getting his first time at bat here in game 2. The 0-1 delivery and the pitch. That one, a large hopper out there to second Patton, and the quick fire over to first. Man, that looks easy, but certainly not so, as that is another big out here. Patton with out number 1.
Now batting number 11, Andy Victor.
Andy Fichter stepping on up to the plate now. 0 for 2 is hit and a line out and hit into a double play back in the 4th. He's got a chance to at least get a rally going here, hopefully being able to plate the runner at third, but you can't do that, as that one was a liner laced to Smithson at third. That was almost too quick for the camera there, as that goes for a quick out number 2. Back on up to the plate will be Kyle Sorensen, who is 1 for 2, a single back in the 5th. And the runner taken off home to third from third, and that will get away. That'll get away from Claypool, and that will allow the run to score. So now chipping into that lead even more. It's an 11-5 ball game. Some action has been occurring for the Lynx, and it's been mostly with 2 out. That happened in the last time that they scored back in the 3rd, as well as back in the 5th inning. And now we go from a 3-0 count. We now move to 3-1. Set the delivery. That one will find the zone as well. Set the fire in the pitch, and that one will get poked out there into center field, and the hit train starting to roll here for the Lynx, as Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln will have another runner onto the base paths here.
Now batting number 16, Mason Garings.
Now Mason Garins up at the plate. Reached via error back in the 3rd, ultimately 0 for 2 on the day. 3 runs for the Lynx in the third, 1 apiece in both the fifth and the sixth have given them their 5 runs. Runner is taken off to second, but will be sent on back via the foul. And an 0-2 count here up at the plate. Again, Guerin's on the year. 16 hits entering today's contest. 32 strikeouts, 21 total bases. He's hitting at a clip of 182, but laces that one into the outfield grass. And now we'll have 2 runners onto the base pass here with 2 down. A similar story to what we've heard the last 2 innings. As now we put yet again another runner in scoring position, the 4th of the inning so far. So in this inning alone, 1 for 3 go the Lynx in terms of runners in scoring position. 1 hit out of 3 tries. That's how we get the 1-0 mark here, or the 1-run mark here in the bottom half of inning number 6.
Now batting number 7, Grayson Clark.
And now it will be Grayson Clark up for his 4th at-bat of the game. He's been hit by a pitch twice and grounded out. That one gets hit high, and that will be playable. No, it will not. It's off the fence, and that will be strike 1. So again, we're coming up on the postseason here, and it is this weekend in which the 1A, 2A postseason kicks off. And again, on July 12th will be when 3A and 4A start their postseason march. Runner on second. A 1-2 count here with 2 down. And Aiden Martin up on deck. I certainly would love to get him on and help out the cause in what has already been 1 home here in the bottom of the 6th. To set the fire, and that one will get a blooper out there, but that'll be foul ball. We keep rocking at 1 and 2. So overall, 18 combined hits. 10 of them have come from Des Moines Roosevelt, 8 of which have come from Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. This has not been the cleanest game for the Lynx. They have suffered 6 errors compared to 1 for the Rough Riders. And ultimately, it's the Rough Riders with the 11-5 advantage here late in the game. The pitch, the windup, that one swung on and sets them down. So the threat goes all for naught. They're going to have to settle with just 1 run here, and ultimately they're going to be strapped to 3 more outs as we now head to the 7th inning. And it has been all Des Moines Roosevelt Rough Riders up to this point. It'll be 8-9-1 due up here in the top half when we return from Tall Anderson Field here in Omaha. We'll be back after this. Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light. helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to Insolites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to Insolites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We will be having some new changes into the batting order for Des Moines Roosevelt. And it will look to start off with Rylan Malloy, the junior, getting his first shot here in this one. He has poked across 5 hits in his time so far, 4 singles and a double, 6 total bases for him as he stands in the left batter's box. And that one is a roller out there to first. The exchange on the mound, and Higgins will outrun him to the base pass for the first out.
Pitching for the Rough Riders, number 28, Joe Schleishow.
And now we got another batter up here as Joe Schweisau coming on up, getting the chance. He has had not a lot of games under his belt so far. 4 games started, 9 games played overall. He has yet to get on to the base paths here. Certainly like to add and get something rolling here, continue what they've been doing. And what the Des Moines Roosevelt Rough Riders have been doing has been just putting up some big numbers. In the second and third, they put up 4 runs each and have since then plated 2 more runs on top of the first inning run. And that has given us our 11 for the game. The 3-0, that one gets chopped high, but that will be a foul out near the bleachers. Set to fire the 3-1 dish, and nicely done behind the plate in Clark, but he couldn't quite frame it enough. And that will be the first onto the base pass here. That will be the first time onto the base pass for the number 28 hitter here, and Joe Schweisau. And now we have yet another new batter to talk about, Gus Christensen, entering his 10th game of the season. He, too, looking for his first base here in the 2024 campaign. So with the 0-1 here at the top of the 7th, Roosevelt looking to hang on, if not add to their 11-5 advantage. They have not faced a deficit in this game. And now the 1-1. That won't find the zone either, make it 2-1. And a swing through on that one brings it even at 2-2. And that one is set down on strikes via strike 3 and out number 2. And now Kona Lynn stepping on up to the plate. Takes a look at strike one himself. So Kono Lin up here for yet again. This is his fifth time up. He sends that one foul, and now we have a quick 1-2 count. This would mark the 15th game of the season in which the Rough Riders have posted up 10 or more runs. That one, a quick flip on there to second to get the force out, and out number 3 here for defensively for the Lynx. And with that, it is now go down to the do or die bottom half of the 7th. It's time for the Lynx to strike here or go home with the loss. And when we come back, it will be 2, 3, and 4 coming on up when we return.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the bottom half of inning number 7. It is time here as Aiden Martin gets his chance to try and push back a comeback. And they are down quite a bit here, 11-5 as we enter the final stretch, the final half inning of the game. Martin so far has reached base twice, once via hit and the other via walk. The Ellsworth Community College commit now looks at a 2-0 count. Now make that 3-0. And coming in, one of the leading hitters, of course, the leading batting average guy for this squad. In fact, that marked 6th. His .436 mark is 6th in the entire state of Class 4A. So he is arguably, undeniably, the top hitter in this lineup. Although the guy behind him, Zach Lincoln, would beg to differ as well, as he has gone 2 for 3 in the game with an RBI. And that one will certainly get on to the base pass here, as that shot of a single will now put Aiden Martin onto the base pass for the 3rd time here in this game.
Now batting, number 2, Zach Lincoln.
And now Zach Lincoln, who poked across 3 runs in the last game, in game 1, including an RBI, he so far is working on a 2 for 3 game with a run driven in. I certainly would like to use that here, use that momentum from his at-bat to at least get some run production going. Prime time here with nobody down and a runner on. The 1-1, that swung on and a hearty swing at that, but just could not quite make contact on that one. And Aiden Martin stands on first. That one sailing a bit high, evens it up here. And again, on the mound, a new pitcher here for the Rough Riders in Carter Cole. He comes in with 14 2/3 innings under his belt, 23 strikeouts. Teams hitting just .250 against him. But now he can claim 24 strikeouts on the year as he sets down the dangerous Zach Lincoln. Now to bring up Jordan Hargrave to the plate.
Now batting number 1, Jordan Hargrave.
So now down to their final 2 outs. Hargrave trying to keep this game going. Cole looks, and now he fires. That one too far low. That brings it to a 2-0 count. Can hear from the University of Omaha, Tal Anderson Field. That one gets way out of there, and that will allow Martin to basically skip his way on over to second. And a chance. All I need is a chance. This is a Link squad very capable of putting up a crooked number themselves, and unfortunately they have to do it in quite a quick fashion here as they are down to their final 2 outs. There is a 3-0 count had on the cleanup spot in Jordan Hargrave, who so far is 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. And that will not happen here in this one as ball 4 will be issued. And a 4-pitch walk puts runners on first and second here for the Lynx.
Now batting number 5, Blake Higgins.
And with that, that'll bring up Blake Higgins to the plate. So far, he has singled, walked, and doubled in 3 trips. That one finds its way in the outside too far, though, 1-1. Again, as we take a look ahead here for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, following today's games, they will take on Sioux City East on the road on the 8th before wrapping up the season in Harlan on the 10th. And then they go to Iowa Western Community College to battle Ankeny in the postseason on July 12th. Meanwhile, for Des Moines Roosevelt, as we await the 2-2 pitch, that one captured the out, and now just like that, down to their final out go the Lynx.
Now batting number 10, Jackson.
Coming on in, doing Ullman's work there on the mound. What does he do? Allows a hit, allows a walk, but has 2 strikeouts, and on the verge of capturing the save here as Connor Price stepping on up to the plate. Excuse me, that would be Jackson Diltz still in as he takes a look at a 2-0 count. And for the Des Moines Roosevelt Rough Riders, after today, they battle Norwalk on the 3rd, and they'll wrap up their regular season with a doubleheader against Dowling Catholic at home. And then for them, their postseason for the Rough Riders will take them to Valley High School as they will battle Fort Dodge in a 7 p.m. sub-state first round battle. And so with that, it draws 4-0. A 4-pitch walk will now put runners on all bases here for the Lynx. That's the second time they've had the opportunity here. And this would be about the time in which they would love to cash on in here. They need a lot of help, though, and they need to do it with just one out as they are down to their final here. So Martin standing on third, Hargrave on second, and of course Diltz with the walk puts himself on first for Andy Fichtler coming on up, trying to play hero here. He would love to erase his 0 for 3 night so far and poke one into the gap to plate at least 2. Full empty count, and that one dials in there for a strike. Now the Lynx looking at their final 2 strikes of the game. They need 6 to tie it here as that one sails up around the noggin, 1-1. And the delivery, that one's well too outside. 2-1 here, the count from Tal Anderson Field. This is about to wrap up our game 2 here. Was scheduled to be a quad, but the weather had other ideas as it did not allow Sioux City East nor Urbandale to make the trek. And instead, it turned into just a doubleheader here between the Rough Riders and the Lynx. And it is Des Moines Roosevelt who came from behind to win game 1. And right now in game 2, it has been primarily them driving the ship here. But with that will make it just a little bit interesting as the 5-pitch walk will allow a run to plate. And now it is a 11-6 ball game. So still runners on every base. Important that you don't allow that ball to get to the backstop, as that would be an easy run here. But right now, they have some runs to work with here. Kyle Sorensen taking strike 1 here and a 1-1 count. So far today, he's been fairly productive. 2 for 3, a pair of singles. And anything like that would plate at least 1, if not 2, and keep this game alive for the Lynx. Council Bluffs looking for win number 19 on the season. But that's in major jeopardy now, down to their final strike here in this one. Here's the 2-2 windup with 2 down. That one falls too low off the strike zone to bring it full. Again, Sorensen, the guy you want up at this point, he has struck 2 hits in 3 trips. 1 hit here would plate at least 2 if it's deep enough. And that one will be a second walk, driving in a run, and now The Lynx bring their total up to 7 here. And we have quite the game now as we have 2 down and 2 RBI walks have made it a very interesting game here. So runs have scored on 2 of the 3 consecutive walks that have been issued. Again, Des Moines Roosevelt has runs to work with, and they can certainly make it work as long as they don't give up too much in the grand scheme. But Cole not having the best outing here. Again, 3 walks issued in the inning. He does have a couple strikeouts, though. As now Guerin stepping on up for the third trip. 1 for 2 with a reach via error. And now Cole can basically erase all 3 of those walks should he be able to connect on a strike here and end the game. The 0-2. That one's staying alive here. It stays at 0-2. Again, CBAL 18-18 after the game 1 loss here today. Roosevelt 24-12. The 0-2, that one sailing way too high. Easy to lay off that one now at 1-2. And the pitch, and that one sails too high. Roosevelt looking for their third 25-plus win season over the past 4 years. It has been a big resurgence for them as of late. And now the 2-2. That one on a hopper out there to third. That one gets them in a pickle there, but in the end, the force play is all that's needed. And that is how we wrap things up here today in Game 2 from Tall Anderson Field here in Omaha. So the win will officially go to the Rough Riders of Des Moines Roosevelt. They improved now to 25-12 overall. The third time in the last 4 years that they have poked across 25 wins or more in a season. And unfortunately for the Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln Lynx, with the loss here, that means 2 today, and they drop here from above 500 to under 500 at 18-19 overall. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, again, it has been a pleasure. We're going to go ahead and give you our post-game report coming on up here as before we officially head on out, as we are sitting here live from Omaha at Tall Anderson Field, and we'll be back with our Victory Mounds post-game wrap-up right after this. Hey everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, there's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields, what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All 3 of them are journeymen who know what to look for. So make sure you check them out today at victorymounds.com. And hey, oh, by the way, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. That's right, they'll come out, check it out, and see how playable it is and beyond. They'll help you get your field to the next level. That's right, they've got everything and every question answered. That's right, from pitching mounts to pitching rubbers, home plate, and beyond. They've got it all. And all you have to do is check out victorymounds.com. Every question is answered right on their Q&A section, so make sure to check that out today. And hey, make sure to have it a great day with Victory Mounds. Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is our Victory Mounds post-game wrap-up as Des Moines Roosevelt has come into Tall Anderson Field and is now walking away with a doubleheader sweep over Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. It was a day that started out hopeful for 4 games, and in the end, we got 2 strong ones nonetheless, as it was a doubleheader between the Rough Riders and the Lynx. And in the end, Game 2 goes to the Rough Riders, and we'll take a look at the final box score here for you. The Lynx fall in this one. Their record goes to 18-19. They put up 7 runs on 9 hits. They suffered 6 errors in this one, ultimately 1 to 2 variations away from being impacted on all those errors, meaning that most of those errors led to runs within the next play or two, and really cost them here in this one as they made that valiant comeback. But in the end, again, 7 runs off 9 hits, 6 errors suffered. They did go 3 of 6 with runners in scoring position. And on the other side of things, the victorious Rough Riders, they sweep the day. And in Game 2, 11 runs off 10 hits, only 1 error suffered. They did go 3 of 10 with runners in scoring position. And again, wrapping things up here as we take a look at the road ahead here for both squads. And again, this is getting down to the nitty-gritty here for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. The next time that we'll see them in action, they will be taking to the road to face off against one of the teams that was bound to be here in Sioux City East, as they will take a doubleheader against Sioux City East, and that'll be coming on up here again very shortly. And then, of course, moving on from there, they will go ahead and wrap up their season against Harlan on the road in a non-conference battle on the 10th of July. And all that before they will be taking on their postseason opener, in which they will battle Ankeny from Iowa Western Community College. And again, that will be on July 12th, beginning with first pitch at 5 p.m. Meanwhile, here for the Des Moines Roosevelt Rough Riders, they again take the sweep here today, and they'll get the chance to add more onto that before they hit postseason play. As we go ahead and bring up the calendar here, which again is taking a little time, but as we do so, again, they have been absolutely on fire. We saw what was going to happen with them. And again, they brought out the total bases here. And again, now as the map comes up here, next up here for the Des Moines Roosevelt Rough Riders following today's battle, tomorrow they will face off against Norwalk on the road, a 6 p.m. start. And they will wrap up their regular season back at home in a doubleheader against Dowling Catholic before they take to the postseason on the 12th against Fort Dodge from Valley High School. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the wrap up here simply is we had Des Moines Roosevelt. We knew what they would bring to the table, and they brought that and more. They came in here as a top 5 team in total bases, and they managed to hit that mark and then some here. They had hits and runs all over the board, and they were the most efficient team, but not just on offense, but they had some good defensive plays. 4 double plays across the 2 games here, and that put a lot of pressure on the Lynx offense. And in the end, Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, they have a lot of talent on that squad, but the defense that we saw today, the defensive output from the Rough Riders, really didn't give the Lynx much of a chance here in this one. Ultimately, that's how the cards fall, and in the end, it is the Rough Riders to now punch across 25 wins for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. As for the Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln Lynx, again, this is a story of they have a talent, and they are a talented team, just couldn't quite put it across. They were really in game 2 their own worst enemy. 6 errors, because in the end, when you put up 9 hits, 7 runs, most of the time that is going to allow you a win. Again, I would say in 7 out of 10 games. But of course, here it's just the 6 errors, and a lot of them led directly or within one variation of a run. And so that's where it kind of gets hard. Again, Coach Britsky has done a fantastic job of keeping this program going strong and turning around some of the wrongs. Again, in the end, though, game 2, that was the painful one in which they let that one get away from them. Of course, game 1, they also had the lead. Mind you, there was a 4-1 lead through the first half of the game in game 1. But then, of course, late in the game, the 5th inning, in which they just kept, and we saw Des Moines Roosevelt just keep pushing along, keep pushing, and put up 3 runs, 1 run the next inning, 2 runs in the 7th, and it was just a little bit here and there. So, I mean, you take away some of those innings here for Des Moines Roosevelt and Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, they may have a win, and they may have come out of here with a split. However, as we sit right now, it is a sweep here for the Rough Riders. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, again, as we take a look at crowning a hitting approach player of the game, man, quite a lot to choose from here. Ultimately, we have a lot of good things, including some great defensive work by Jakari Patton, who ended up with 2 hits himself offensively. And then, of course, you got Andrew Swanda in game 2, who went 3 for 4 with an RBI. And you know what? I gotta show some love to the defensive side. So let's go ahead and give our co-players of the game to Jakari Patton, as he had a lot of great plays out there at short, along with 2 hits offensively. And then, of course, Andrew Swanda picking up 3 hits and driving in 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in here from Tall Anderson Field. I will say thank you for tuning in, and I really mean that. I appreciate that because, this means a lot. And when we get people to watch and we get people to enjoy the broadcast, that means a lot. And, of course, if it wasn't enjoyable, let me know. Hit me up. What do you want to see changed? But ultimately, really appreciate you coming along. And I thank the man above for allowing me to do this. I thank my wife and my support system back home. And I want to thank the rest of the IA baseball squad for making this happen. And, of course, a big thank you to the University of Omaha and Tall Anderson Field for allowing this to happen. And, of course, a big thank you to Coach Britsky and, of course, Coach Y for being here, putting on 2 great games, and, again, sending us off pretty happy. Yeah, and I can tell you, as you can tell, I'm having a little bit of a struggle leaving because in the end, we'd be coming up on game 4 in over an hour from now. And kind of sitting here, man, we're ending our time here. And every time we come to Omaha, it's always a special time. And it's always great to be catching baseball here from a Division I, perfectly done turf field. So In the end, I have to end it there, and I have to say sayonara. And for the final time in 2024 from Tall Anderson Field, Andrew Brown signing off. And until we see each other next time, folks, stay safe on the base pass. Thanks again. Take care.